Okay, so my next question, tell us about when was that moment that you realized this is what I'm gonna do and I'm not looking back? And also kind of speak on what another moment when you realized that this could be big and not just no regular brand.
The moment that I knew this is what I'm going to do is I have a friend, it's like my brother, his name is Nate. He lives in Wichita. He created a store, clothing store. And this is when I was still a brand ambassador for the Retro Kings. But I dabbled on the side, with designing my own stuff. Kind of sort of like how Kanye was a producer and then he dabbled with rapping. Mm-hmm. And then he ended up like, damn, I'm kind of good at this rapping shit. And then he took it and he ran with it. And that's kind of sort of where I was at. And my man Nate was like, yo, I'm trying to get some gear for the store. What you got? So we came to the house. We went over to the Retro Kings catalog. And he was like, yo, don't you have some stuff? I was like, yeah, man, I got like 10 designs so far. He was like, let me see them. So I show him my designs. He was like, I want your designs in my store. I want your black business in my black business. And I said, okay, how many pieces are we talking? He was like, you got 10 pieces. Let me get 12 of each piece. For me, that was humbling because somebody believed in me. Somebody believed in my brand. We went and had a business meeting. And I forget how much his order, I think his order came to like 3 racks or something like that, man. And to have somebody who seen me hustle from here and to get here, and now he's taking me to the next level, man, that was big. And we could call that man up today and he doesn't want me to give him his flowers, but our Lamar would not be what it is without Nate. Without him believing in me that very first day and making that order, you would not see what you see now.
You still got merchandise in there now?
The store ended up folding, but I still talk to him whenever I go to Wichita. We always do lunch. I just recently did his podcast when I was up there doing the show. And he's talking about opening up another store. Now I'm obviously more equipped to handle doing something like that for him now. But that was super duper humbling, man. And you never forget moments and you don't forget people like that, for sure.
So all of your designs, you designed them yourself?
So to clarify, because a lot of people don't understand how this works, I'm the brain behind the entire operation. But if you give me a piece of paper and a pen, shit's gonna come out horrible. I can't draw to save my life. But that's why you'd hire people to do stuff like that. So I have, right now I have 4 designers underneath my R Lamar umbrella that do my designing. And I tell them what I want, how I want it, how quick that I want it, the whole shebang. So they do work for me. Yeah. But I'm the one that gives them the ideas to.
Shout out to them and you, because boy, they bringing it to life.
Yes, yes.
So
and that's super duper humbling to see something in my brain, and now it's on a shirt.
So they're designing. I mean, they're like pretty much drawing your vision.
Yes.
Who's doing all the sweatshop work?
So and this is where it gets kind of tricky. The DTG shirts, which is the graphic shirts. That have all of the detail, I do myself for quality control and for money purposes. I bought a DTG machine, me and my business partner, maybe like a year ago, something like that, and it cost $30,000. And I knew that investment was what I needed for my brand. And now I'm cooking.
Yeah.
I'm cooking because it's instant. You know what I'm saying? If you order a shirt right now today, I can go make the shirt and be like, yo, your shirt's done in a few hours.
Yeah.
Instead of shipping it out. And that's what a lot of people do drop shipping. A lot of people, do outsourcing. I want to be the one to make your stuff. So that way when you get it, you can't be like, man, my shirt was messed up. Well, I know it wasn't messed up because I packed it, I made it, I shipped it.
And you on the tag too, because a lot of these clothing designers around here, they, like you said, gilding or just taking what they can get. I knew it was real official when I got my shirt and I seen the R Lamar on the tag. I was like, oh yeah, that's official. Yeah, that's official.
Gots to, man. Gotta rip the part, man.
Tag. I was like, oh yeah, that's official. Yeah, that's official.
Gots to, man. Gotta rip the part, man.
So What would you say if there's like a kid or teenager watching this right now and they want to get into their own clothing line or start something like that? What's the advice you got for them? What would you let them know?
I would say, just like Jimmy V, don't give up. Don't ever give up. There's gonna be good days, gonna be bad days, gonna be days where you do want to give up, but you have to keep pushing. I mean, COVID definitely tested a lot of small business owners. There's so many different things that you have to learn being an entrepreneur. Right now, I have an accountant, I have a tax lady, I have an IT guy that runs the website. You have to learn, tax write-offs. You have to learn your quarterly sales tax. Like, there's so many different things that you have to learn as an entrepreneur that if you're not ready for it, it can be overwhelming. And if you don't have the right people in the position to help you out, you're gonna sink or swim.
Yeah, I don't really think you can do it all yourself.
You can't, bro. That's why I always get
you're gonna get burnt out.
Whenever I give an interview, I always give flowers to those that are in my corner. That's helped me since day one, for sure. You said, do I get burnt out?
No, I said you would get burnt out.
You would get burnt
doing
out.
it all yourself.
It's hard. I mean, it's hard doing it now because everything that you see, I do. And I have to remind people I'm one person, but I still have to be a father. I still have to be a husband. I still have to be a best friend. Like, I have to wear so many different hats. People forget that I'm not a corporation. I'm not Walmart. And it's my own fault because I make it look as if I'm this big brand when it's just a dude in his phone working out of his house. But that says a lot about my company. If you think that I'm Amazon Prime where you're going to order a shirt today and it's going to be there tomorrow,
yeah, that ain't the case.
Yeah, you got another thing coming. But when that motherfucker does show up and that bitch is quality, you can attest to it. You got some of my clothes. You know my shit's gonna be A1. It's gonna be quality. It may not be the fastest, but I guarantee it's gonna be the best for sure.
So those first 10 designs that dude put in the store, was those were those some of like pretty much the first designs that you got that helped you take off or just helped you get in the store?
Those were designs that I just made for me.
Okay.
And he applied, like, I had North Carolina design. We're in Wichita, Kansas. Like, you're not gonna sell North Carolina stuff in Wichita, Kansas. But he wanted it, I had it, so we did it. I don't even know if the shirt sold good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what happened, but I do know that those 10 designs skyrocketed me to where I'm at now.
Did those designs, like, well, let me ask, because I've seen like athletes and shit posting your stuff. So has there been any proud moments for you in your brand?
Oh, absolutely,
that you can speak on?
As many know, I'm a big North Carolina fan. My homeboy Buster hates to hear that. DJ Iceberg hates to hear that.
I know they do.
But that's what it is.
But what we can say is it's been like that from day one.
Yeah, like we're talking like, bro, I have a North Carolina tattoo. Like, I don't fuck around, bro. Like, that's my squad. And shout out to my man David Noel. David Noel played at the University of North Carolina. He was a 2005 champion. And this is where I bet on myself. I hit him up on Instagram. Jumped in his DMs. I'm like, hey man, I'm a big fan of North Carolina basketball. I watched you play at North Carolina. I watched you play for the Bucks. Can I please send you some of my designs just for you to have, just for you? He said, nigga, I got money. I don't need you to send me nothing for free. Show me what you got. Showed him what I had. He bought 2 shirts. He bought those 2 shirts. He posted those 2 shirts.
Yeah, I remember that moment.
Next thing you know, Jawad Williams, who played in North Carolina, seen him. Hey, bro, let me get some shirts. Send him some shirts. He took it to the university. Send him some shirts. He took it to the University of North Carolina, put it on the court, took it in the film room, blasted it all over social media. Next thing you know, I took off. I'm talking about, this is it.
This is like 2020?
This was 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I had one design. It was a Chapel Hill design. It was a Chapel Hill in the champion font. And on the back, it had champions, and it had the years that North Carolina won. And from July to October, I think I made $15,000. Not $100.
Yeah.
$15,000. So we're talking And this is for people who don't understand profit margins and gross. It cost me maybe $7 to make the shirt, and I was selling it for $35.
Yeah.
So you see, that's a lot of profit to make, and that's when I knew, like, yo, I got something. Now, the reason why I said from July to October is because this friends is where you learn about copyrights and infringing. The C that I made with Champion, even though I changed 30%, wasn't enough for them. So they're like, yo, unless we're gonna get royalties from this, you gotta take this down. So I had to take it down.
I remember that.
So in 3 months, I made that amount of money, but then it was gone. And I'm like, yo, I was like a little crackhead. I was like, look, we gotta come up with something, man, because this shit was flying. Like, it was like blue magic, bro. Like, it was out there. And I'm like, bro, we gotta come up with something. I need the next big thing. So I tried to change the C, like the font. They're like, yo, man, that's still too close, bro. Take this shit down, bro, before we sue you. So I was like,
not to sue me.
Oh man, they hit me with the first letter was to cease and destroy. It was like, yo, take this shit down, bro. You didn't know no better, a little slap on the wrist. Second was like, hey, nigga, you think this shit's a game? We will sue the fuck out of you, nigga. So I went to my IT guy and I'm like, yo, bro, what do we do? Mike, bro. My man looked me dead in my face. He's like, nigga, we had a good run. I never told you, bro. We had a good run, bro. That's it, bro. You got to chalk it up, bro. And ever since then, you know how, like, you watch a movie, they tell you about a flashback and a memory. It's like, man, every day since then, I just been hunting that mythical creature of that one shirt that sold that much, and I still ain't found it, bro. Like, nothing has been as golden as that, bro, at all.
Now, what about, did Tyreek post your shit?
Oh man, the celebrities. Sheesh.
I know the cheetah. I remember the cheetah shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, speak on the celebrities because you didn't touch some people.
See, I try to be I try to let the brand speak for itself without like name dropping. But I did a Tyreek Hill shirt. Tyreek actually, he didn't wear it, but he took a picture with it. He enjoyed the shirt. DeMarcus Lawrence with the Cowboys. He wore one of my shirts. Anybody from North Carolina, they gonna have my shit on. Like, I'm gonna call that a spade. Like, I'm a household name out there for sure. Man, more athletes. I mean, it's to the point now, Mike, that I represent these athletes. So, Jawad Williams, I'm doing a collab with him. David Noel, I did a collab with him, and now he has his own brand. It's called Rich Black, Rich Black Clothing. And I've been nothing but a mentor for him because he was asking the ins and the outs and what to do and what not to do. And that's the problem with today is that everybody thinks that's your competition.
Yeah, they got this competitive nature.
Bro, I am not in competition with nobody.
I think it's a black folk thing.
Yeah, but if you can't do what I do the way that I do it, you're not my competition. Even if you are if I'm cooking hot links and you got a different brand of hot links, you're not my competition because I cook them this way. It is my secret how I do it. So unless you copy the recipe, it's not going to be the same. So if this black man is out here picking my mind to be that much better, why am I going to hold that up? Why am I going to be like, nah, bro, you can't have that? And that's the difference between me and other people. So right now, at this particular point, man, Ivory Lotta did a collab with her. I know a lot of people aren't familiar with the NIL right now, which is name, image, likeness, which is, if you remember back in 1996, Ed O'Bannon for UCLA, they didn't get compensated for their likeness in the college basketball game. And that's why we have the NIL now. I have represented RJ Davis, Garrison Brooks, represent Puff Johnson right now. So to be just a small kid from Topeka, Kansas, I feel like I'm doing pretty fucking well for myself. Yeah,
I agree, bro. You're definitely making the town proud.
But I did a Tyreek Hill shirt. Tyreek actually, he didn't wear it, but he took a picture with it. He enjoyed the shirt. DeMarcus Lawrence with the Cowboys, he wore one of my shirts. Anybody from North Carolina, they gonna have my shit on. Like, I'm gonna call that a spade. Like, I'm a household name out there for sure. Man, more athletes. I mean, it's to the point now, Mike, that I represent these athletes. So Jawad Williams, I'm doing a collab with him. David Noel, I did a collab with him, and now he has his own brand. It's called Rich Black, Rich Black Clothing. And I've been nothing but a mentor for him because he was asking the ins and the outs and what to do and what not to do. And that's the problem with today is that everybody thinks that's your competition.
Yeah, they got this competitive nature.
Bro, I am not in competition with nobody.
I think it's a black folk thing.
Yeah, but if you can't do what I do the way that I do it, you're not my competition. Even if you are if I'm cooking hot links and you got a different brand of hot links, you're not my competition because I cook them this way. It is my secret how I do it. So unless you copy the recipe, it's not going to be the same. So if this black man is out here picking my mind to be that much better, why am I going to hold that up? Why am I going to be like, nah, bro, you can't have that? And that's the difference between me and other people. So right now, at this particular point, man, Ivory Lotta did a collab with her. I know a lot of people aren't familiar with the NIL right now, which is name, image, likeness, which is, if you remember back in 1996, Ed O'Bannon for UCLA, they didn't get compensated for their likeness in the college basketball game. And that's why we have the NIL now. I have represented RJ Davis, Garrison Brooks, represent Puff Johnson right now. So to be just a small kid from Topeka, Kansas, I feel like I'm doing pretty fucking well for myself.
Yeah, I agree, bro. You're definitely making the town proud, even if there's people back there who don't want to even acknowledge it. Now, real quick, I kind of got up on your clothing line on social media. When has there been a moment on social media with your brand that kind of stood out?
Yeah, I always, you remember the phrase when we were growing up, scared money don't make no money? To be successful, you have to chalk shit up to the game. You have to, me jumping in David's DMs. If I sent him 2 to 3 shirts, what are those 2 to 3 shirts if he posted and he has 17,000 followers? If 10 people buy something, that's going to take care of those 3 shirts.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that mindset, you're never going to be successful. And so I've given away a lot of shirts. 1 is a tax write-off, just in case you want to know. But 2, I'll get orders online. And I'm like, well, I ain't posted nothing. And somebody just magically fall into my, my website. And like somebody like Mr. Go 30, Mr. Go 30 has rocked my stuff. And he posted it when North Carolina was playing. And he posted, shirt by Lamar clothing. And then next thing you know, orders, pow, 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 all because he wore it. So, I mean, if I was to get one life hack, quit being cheap, stop being scared, and scared money don't make no money. Give away some shit so that you can get your name out there, your brand out there. It's going to be nothing but beneficial for you.
Cool. So what you see yourself doing in the next 5 years? You got any goals? Speak on that. And it don't got to just be focused on the brand. It could be overall.
I mean, I really haven't thought that far. That's a good question. You stumped me. I've had a lot of shit to say today, but damn. 5 years?
The 5-year plan is not everybody can speak on it.
I mean, I was saying 5 years as
5 years go like that.
If I had to break it down, in 5 years, I want to be better than I was yesterday, further than I am today, but also be a better father and a better husband as far as like time. I want to get to a point where I don't have to work so hard so that I create that residual income where I can spend more time with them. But sometimes you have to take time away from your family to build. Somebody has to break the curse so that you build generational wealth.
Facts. So, my bad, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, if that falls on me, then so be it.
Yeah, so like, so then what's your ultimate goal for the brand? You want to have a store one day in Malibu, or have you thought that far?
Right now, as you know, I've been doing this for 6 years. This year has been a year of foot on necks, all gas, no brakes. I am currently in 9 stores right now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Some in Topeka, Shout out Laces, my boy Chris White Ready. He's opening up a shoe store. He just placed an order with me, so my brand will be in there.
I was just in Topeka and I seen that building.
Yeah.
Where is that building?
It's right by the old Kmart, right there across the street from Churches.
Yep.
So
on the corner, that corner building.
Yeah.
Yep.
The old Vista.
Yeah, I did see that. I was like, license, what's that about?
Yeah.
So now I know.
So I'm gonna be.
Shout out Chris White Ready.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna be in there. I'm also at Maestro's Barbershop. He was the first person to give me an opportunity in Topeka. So I put my clothing there. Like, my clothing goes hand in hand with our culture, hip hop, barbershops. If you're sitting there waiting for a haircut, you look over and you see shirts. It's a one-stop shop. So that makes sense. But I'm in 2 stores in North Carolina. I'm at Oak Park Mall. I'm at West Side Story here in Kansas City, the Painted Tree. I'm in Texas at JDC Kicks. I'm in Wichita, All Things Hype. So I've been networking a lot, man. And the bigger picture is just to create that residual income that comes in where I can make money without actually having to do anything.
Absolutely.
And I know you were asking, like, what's my plan? I actually created my daughter her own brand because I want to teach her that you can be your own boss. You don't have to go to school if you don't want to, but as long as you apply yourself, you'll be successful. So her brand is called Riley J, and all the proceeds from that will be going to pretty much her college fund or to teach her how to be a boss or how to invest or whatever the situation is. I just want to give my kids an opportunity that I never had. So.
Hell yeah, man. I think we're gonna wrap it up, man. I do appreciate you coming through.
Absolutely. If you guys need to find me, I am on Facebook at r.lamar, on Instagram r.lamar clothing 2.
Boy, I got about 20,000 followers, man.
But and then the website is r.lamar clothing. Right now, the website is down for maintenance because I'm switching providers or whatnot. But if you ever need anything, you can shoot me a DM. I'm the only person that you'll only talk to. I'm the HNIC. You ain't gonna talk to nobody but me because I don't like people messing with my stuff.
Yeah, check them out. The gear is super fly. I'm sure you can find something you want. The man just named 9 stores all across the United States. So y'all need to go ahead and figure it out, man. But much love, man. And again, this is Plugged In Media. Appreciate you for coming through, dog.
Appreciate you.